There comes a point in life when the noise around you becomes overwhelming. People keep pulling on you, asking for pieces of you, expecting you to carry their weight, even when your own shoulders are shaking. And in that moment, God speaks softly to your heart. It's time to choose yourself. This isn't selfishness, and it isn't pride. It's a spiritual awakening. It's the moment you realize that abandoning yourself is not a form of love. It's a form of slow destruction. Many of us were taught to put others first, even when it meant betraying our own peace. We were told that being strong meant carrying everything and everyone, even when it drained us. We learned to stay quiet, to keep forgiving without change, to keep giving without receiving, and to keep showing up even when no one showed up for us. But God never asked you to lose yourself for relationships that were never aligned with your destiny. He never designed you to become invisible just so others could shine. Choosing yourself is not about becoming selfish. It's about becoming whole. It's recognizing that your peace is not optional. It's realizing that your calling is not something you can keep pushing aside. It's finally admitting that the person you keep abandoning is the very person God wants to elevate. When you choose yourself, you stop shrinking to make others comfortable. You stop saying yes when every part of your spirit is begging you to say no. You stop living your life as a backup plan in someone else's story. For some, choosing yourself means finally stepping away from a relationship that has been draining you for years. You kept hoping they would change. You kept praying things would get better. You kept holding on to potential instead of reality. But every time you healed, they reopened the wound. Every time you forgave, they repeated the cycle. You weren't in love, you were trapped in emotional survival. And God is saying, let it go. This is not your assignment anymore. For others, choosing yourself means walking away from friendships that only loved you as long as you were useful. You were the listener. You were the helper. You were the one who showed up in every storm. But when you needed support, you were met with silence. God removed some people not to hurt you, but to heal you. Their exit wasn't loss, it was clarity. They didn't walk away from you. They walked away from the version of you that no longer allows itself to be drained. When you finally choose yourself, something powerful happens spiritually. The begging stops, the chasing stops, the explaining stops. You start to understand that anything real doesn't need to be forced. And from that moment on, God begins opening doors you didn't even know existed. He begins aligning you with people who value your heart, who respect your boundaries, who speak life into you instead of draining it from you. Because God will never send blessings to a version of you that refuses to protect itself. Choosing yourself also means choosing growth. It means choosing healing, even when it hurts. It means choosing silence, even when the world expects noise. It means choosing purpose, even when people don't understand your calling. Growth is uncomfortable because it requires you to leave behind the familiar pain you've learned to tolerate. But God didn't call you to be comfortable. He called you to be transformed. Yes, choosing yourself will feel lonely at first. You will feel the emptiness of the space where certain people used to be. You will feel the quiet that comes when you stop trying to fix everyone else. But that emptiness is not punishment, it's preparation. That silence is where God begins to rebuild you without the voices that once drained you. That space becomes holy ground because it's where you finally meet the version of yourself God has been trying to bring out all along. And slowly everything begins to change. Your energy shifts, your priorities evolve, your boundaries strengthen. You stop accepting bare minimum love. You stop allowing disrespect disguised as jokes. You stop entertaining people who only show up when life is convenient for them. When you choose yourself, you teach the world how to treat you. You show them that your heart is not a playground, your time is not unlimited, and your spirit is not up for negotiation. But here is the most powerful part. When you choose yourself, you choose God's design for your life. Because choosing yourself means choosing the person God created, not the version people manipulated you into becoming. It means choosing healing over hurt, purpose over pressure, and growth over guilt. It means choosing the path that leads you closer to the life God prepared for you long before you knew who you were. And in that moment, everything shifts. The weight lifts, the fog clears, the confusion dissolves. You begin to see that every ending was actually an answered prayer. Every rejection was protection. Every closed door was redirection. Every loss was a divine setup for something greater. So hear this clearly. You choosing yourself is not rebellion. It is obedience. It is the moment God can finally elevate you. The moment He can finally trust you with more. The moment He can finally bring you into alignment with your destiny. This is your turning point. This is where your story changes. This is where you become who God designed you to be. So choose yourself, honor yourself, protect yourself, because when you do, God will do the rest.